Dear WWE, at no point in time during your 3-hour rampaging suckfest that you call Monday Night Raw, which airs on the USA Network, did I receive anything closely resembling any real gratification from watching your product. The true epitome of 3 hours of my life that I will never get back. I now feel like, as a wrestling fan, I have degraded myself several steps in the wrestling fan evolutionary process by watching this bullshit. I award you no points, and would you please, every one of you that were involved with writing the show, booking the show, putting the show on the air, producing the show, go behind the woodshed and beat the ever-loving piss out of each other with the strap until you all bleed. What the fuck was this? You take Survivor Series, a bad show, and follow it up with one of the worst Raws I have seen in years. Shame on each and every single fucking one of you. I do not care what your perspective was. This show this week was the shits, period, point blank. I'm going to talk about the couple, and I emphasize again, the couple, because there was only a couple, of even remotely positive things about this show, so that way I could devote maximum time to burying the rest of this steaming pile of shit. It's funny, they actually acknowledge Hall of Famers that pass away and ex-performers for the company that pass away now that Linda's not running for the Senate. You know, you couldn't mention Garrison Cade. In fact, Linda's like, I never really knew him, even though he was CEO of the company for a period of time. And you know, they never would bother mentioning Luna Vachon's passing on the air. But at least, they did Mad Dog Vachon's service, a good service, by giving us a video tribute package at the beginning of the show. I've met Mad Dog on a few occasions, and he was a great guy, great personality, even at the end of his life. Had a great attitude, you know, and maybe that was because all the anger over the years had gotten out of him. I don't know, but he was a great guy. I'm glad I've been able to meet him a couple of times. You know, Lord rest his soul, indeed. Another thing that I thought was passable on the show was the concept of putting together Mark Henry and Biggie Langston together for a tag team. I hope they continue to roll with this. I hope they put the primetime players with them, and they throw Sheamus in there, and we get us a new Nation of Domination. I know somebody that would have been happy about that. You damn right, but probably won't get that. But just the thought of Mark Henry and Biggie Langston just steamrolling through Axel and Ryback, that gave me a little smile on my face, as did seeing Mick Foley doing some shameless plugs. The three faces of Foley plugging WWE shop merchandise. That was good. I will give credit where credit's due. That was good. But it was also very sad to see the fact that here's a guy that his best years are way behind him, and he could still be several different personalities and characters, and most people on today's WWE roster can't even be one good one. Holy Christ. Perhaps the single best thing about this entire Raw was when Jerry the King Lawler was interviewing that contest winner. And he had the Kosher Butcher t-shirts made and said his finishing move was going to be the circumcision. When you leave Jerry the King Lawler speechless, you know you're fucking awesome. I don't give a shit. Sign the guy as a wrestler. Sign the guy as a manager. Who gives a fuck? Look at your roster. It sucks. Look at the performers and the characters you have, WWE. They suck. The ideas and storyline concepts you have and the characters you develop, a lot of them suck. The Kosher Butcher does not suck. And having the circumcision as a finisher, Val Venus goes, no more choppy pee-pee. All right, all bullshit over. That was it for the good stuff. You might say Alexana's top falling down, but we didn't get to see that because they caught it on the delay, so damn them. Let's bury the rest of the show now, huh? Now, please, somebody answer this question for me. Why the hell would you expect people to pay to see matches when they will either be given to them for free before the pay-per-view and or immediately after the pay-per-view? Why in the hell would you have the exact same fucking 7-on-7 Divas tag match that you had at Survivor Series the next night on Raw? You really couldn't come up with anything else from a creative standpoint? Is this company really gotten this fucking lazy? And that's what it is. There is no justification for this. There is no good excuse for this. It is just flat out, purebred, unadulterated laziness of the highest power, but it continues. Kofi Kingston versus The Miz, like we haven't seen this 1,000 times before. You give us Kofi versus The Miz again, which we just saw the night before on Survivor Series on the pre-show. So you gave it to us for free on the internet before the pay-per-view to turn around and give it to us for free the next night on fucking Raw. Seriously! You can't spend 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, maybe even 1, to find something different for these two fucks to do? Jesus Christ. It's almost as bad as Mrs. Christmas bounty movie is going to be. And that's saying something. You got Damian Sandow. You got Dolph Ziggler. 2 Money in the Bank winners from this year. 2 of them. But you get the point of what I'm saying. All right. 2 guys that have won Money in the Bank. And now we're just throwing random-ass gimmick matches. The only reason Sandow and Ziggler are getting television time is so that way Michael Cole could be on television telling people how to download and access that stupid fucking WWE app. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, Jesus Christ, in the hierarchy of your business model right now, you really classify the WWE app as something that ranks in your top 3 priorities? What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, that's all Sandow and Ziggler were there for. And don't be an idiot and think they were out there for anything else. Don't like this match. Don't sit there and say it was good. No, it was fucking stupid because of what it represents. These 2 guys were just plot devices and leveraging points to launch off and talk about the fucking WWE app. You can't find something better for Damian Sandow to do? You can't find something better for Dolph Jarrett, goddammit, Jeff Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler to fucking do? The fuck is wrong with this company? And they wonder why their audience has dwindled by more than 50% over the past 10 plus years. It's because of bullshit shows like this and bullshit like this. You wonder why you can't create any stars. Oh, we're in transition. It sounds like the old Los Angeles Clippers rebuilding project of the 25 years under Elgin Baylor. Oh, we're rebuilding, we're retooling. They were always fucking doing it because they didn't get it and they didn't care. And they thought they knew what they were doing and they didn't. This is ridiculous. You don't know what you're doing, WWE. You clearly don't. You have no fucking clue. And don't sit there and say, oh, what do you know, Jeff? They're making freaking money. And How long is that gravy train going to continue to roll? They're living off of a branding that's been established for 45, almost 50 years now. And is not necessarily in any ways an indication of current success. All it is an indication of the size of the infrastructure of the freaking Titan Tower machine that is slowly crumbling from within, but the senile and stupid, out-of-touch fucks running this company have no clue what's really going on. They clearly can't. Because, why do I say that? Because they gave you a shitty-ass 3-hour Raw like they did this week. The Miz TV segment. Holy fuck! What in the fuck was that? Oh, we've got Titus O'Neil. The one good thing about it, Titus O'Neil showing that he could be a star of some kind. Pancake Patterson, I don't know what the hell you want to do with him. Do something with him, WWE. He's a talented guy. Give him a goddamn break. If he was white, you'd push him to the fucking main event. Hell, if he was Hispanic and he got no heat, you'd push him to the top. See Alberto Del Rio. But no, he's black. We got to keep him in the comic kind of yuck gimmick, and we're going to keep him right here because, he's not quite white or light enough for the damn main event scene. It's bullshit. But what was really bullshit was this whole segment involving Michael Strahan. Who the hell booked this? Who the hell gave the sign-off to put this on television? You made Miz look stupid. You made Titus O'Neil look stupid as much as he tried not to look stupid. And you made Michael Strahan look stupid in Long Island, New York. Kevin Dunn, Vince McMahon, whoever the fuck signed off on this should be instantly suspended without pay and or fired. Even the USA TV executives should be calling the next day and say, what in the blue fuck was that? That was 20 minutes of our lives we'll truly never get back. We're now more idiotic for having watched your product because of that shit. So we spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes getting to the point where Michael Strahan wants to have them try to hip toss him, and then he's going to hip toss them, and then they do the millions of dollars dance, and they're all like this. If you ever thought kayfabe mattered, well, after that, they just whipped out their big ding-dingling schlongs and pissed all over it. Oh, that was bad. It was brutal to watch. All the other shit where the WWE's cuts a commercial or cut segments short, and you decided to give that more time as if it needed it? Speaking of stupid shit and typical WWE, it's like Vince McMahon has a certain preconceived notion of how a black wrestler's supposed to be. He's like, oh, look at this young kid. He's got a college degree. He's about ready to get his PhD. So let's make him a shucker and a jiver and a dancer and a doing and all of this and the cool listening to the hip-hop and the rap music. And what the fuck are you doing with Xavier Woods? Why can't he be an intelligent performer? Why can't he be a different type of performer? Why does he have to be a typical standard cookie cutter bullshit WWE black babyface performer? It's stupid, and I'm sorry, it's fucking racist. I've always thought Vince McMahon was a fucking racist, and this type of shit here to me validates it and proves it. It's like he's only got certain types of roles for black performers. You say Mark Henry. Well, Mark Henry's something different. He transcends that. He had Smokey pushing him for 2+ fucking years. All right? Let's get that through our skulls. But the bottom line is, here's Xavier Woods coming out to Brutus Clay's music and doing the shucking and the jiving and the dancing and the rapping music and the... What the fuck? You seriously sit up there in Stamford, Connecticut, and you see this kid down there at NXT for all this time, used to be Consequences Creed, and the best you could come up with him to do is come out to Brodus Clay's music and dance in the ring after his match. Really, WWE? You just flat out don't care if people think you're racist, because you clearly fucking are. And speaking of things that are just absolutely mind-blowing, stupid, and just reek of the WWE's lack of attention to detail, stupidity, failure to understand basic good writing and wrestling 101, and just being flat out lazy. Let me get this straight. Now, if I'm relating to this storyline-wise, if my girlfriend just got abducted and it was on national television where millions of people could see it, now, of course, she's performing on national television in front of millions of people. There's monitors and television sets all around the backstage area. I'm not going to fucking watch. I'm going to be more concerned about going to get Michael Jordan's autograph. And then they're going to sit there and have my girlfriend be abducted. I didn't watch, so I'm going to get the fucking football or basketball signed by Michael Jordan or Michael Strahan. It doesn't fucking matter. It's almost like the WWE paid absolutely zero attention to this, gave this zero thought. And then when they were following the social media that they so fucking live for, even though they want to shit on the internet, they live so much for its goddamn approval. Oh, we got to get this trending. Survivor Series sucked because we didn't get anything trending other than Bret Hart. God damn it. And then you sit there and you come out with this tout, having Brie Bella being asked about what's going on, all this other bullshit. You seriously didn't think about this? You have one job to do. That is put together an entertaining professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever the fuck you want to call it, show. And you couldn't even pay attention to that most important and critical element. You've already acknowledged that they're engaged. You've acknowledged it in storyline. In real life, it doesn't matter. So she's backstage, already wrestled, performed. Her boyfriend's getting kidnapped, but she's more concerned about it getting her football signed by Michael fucking Strahan. And she's like, oh, I just found out. So she didn't even watch. She's not even watching her man. How does that make any fucking sense? Especially since we all know there are television monitors all over the goddamn place. And WWE makes it a point to point this shit out at times. Oh my God. And then let me get this straight. We're going to have Randy Orton versus John Cena with both belts on the line at TLC, but it's not a unification match. We're going to give you a main event tag match featuring Randy Orton and ADR versus Big Show and John Cena. Yes, because the people really want to fucking see that. I can't blame people for turning on this shit. I can't blame people for mocking this shit. I can't blame people for chanting Daniel Bryan and chanting any other goddamn thing else. TNA or whatever the hell they want to chant. Because clearly, Clearly, the WWE has gone beyond just trying to troll people and piss them off to the point where they legitimately are so out of touch, they have no fucking clue just how bad they are. They have no fucking clue how out of touch they are. And trotting that out there as your main event clearly established that and clearly proved that. And newsflash to Triple H, you might be God, but at the beginning of the show, you're supposed to be a heel. Randy Orton's supposed to be a heel. He's supposed to be your chosen one. At some point in time, asshole, it's not always going to be all about you. How about trying that right now? Why is the WWE sitting there and steamrolling through and rushing to this? Out of all the fucking matches that John Cena and Randall Keith Orton have had over the years, the one thing they've never had is a one-on-one match at a WrestleMania. You've got both of these guys as your champions. Is it really that hard to have Randy Orton feud with, I don't know, maybe somebody like Mark Henry? Is it maybe John Cena feuds with the freaking Damian Sandow? I don't know. Maybe you have these guys actually merge the belts and make two into one at TLC, and then somebody wins a Royal. I don't know what the fuck you do. Or maybe you just wait until fucking WrestleMania. How about that? You're steamrolling through this. Oh, we're going to have both belts on the line, but it's not a title unification. So what the fuck's the point then? Why even have any of the belts on the line? Just have John Cena versus Randy Orton. This is stupid. In so many different ways. I could spend another 40 or 50 minutes going through this shit and blasting this company for the steaming pile of crap that was this week's show. But I'm going to choose not to. I'll let other people do hour-and-a-half long reviews or do 3-hour live streams about a 3-hour show. What is there to talk about in this shit? It's bad, bad, bad. The WWE should be ashamed of themselves. Don't knock the audience. Don't make excuses. Look at yourselves in the fucking mirror. This goes for Vincent K. McMahon, the VP of Creative, Stephanie McMahon, who's incompetent to the highest order. This goes to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, Triple H, who should know better, who's lived through a great era of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. And he's seen what it's become now. And you guys put out there Michael Strahan, Titus O'Neil, and Miz on a Miz TV segment. So that way at the end we can all celebrate and go kumbaya. You put out Damian Sandow and Dolph Ziggler just to sit there and have an excuse to plug your stupid fucking WWE app. You give us matches that we just saw the night before on the pay-per-view, and in the case of the 7-on-7 Divas tag, you're expecting people in part to pay for just to give it away to them the next night for free on television. Then you wonder why your pay-per-view buys are bad. Oh, it's because they're streamers. It's because of this. It's because Daniel Bryan a month before was in the main event. No, it's because you're fucking incompetent nincompoops. Period. You wonder why people like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk that do get over can't get over all the way. Doesn't make any fucking sense to build up a guy just to throw boulders down at him. And now you got the fucking Wyatt family and the Shield. They have no fucking clue what they're doing. None whatsoever. They have Roman Reigns shine his big babyface kind of moment, steamrolling through 4 of the 5 opponents at Survivor Series. Then the next night, Dean Ambrose gets the pin, and then they fucking attack CM Punk. The Shield does. Oh! If anybody thought this show was good, please, in the comment section below, let me know why. There were really no true redeeming qualities about this show. This 3-hour shit must stop. It has to stop. It needs to stop. For the company's sanity and our own sanity as fans. Enough is enough with this dumb, dribbleless bullshit. Fix it, WWE. Vince McMahon, you're still the man at the top. You're still the man in charge. I know your wife Linda was there in the crowd, but she's not running for the Senate. Fix this shit. This show was an abortion, and I'm ashamed to say I sat through and watched all 3 hours. Ridiculous.